Yeah, guys, we have to admit that Cheza Pictures did us dirty by killing off Osfiso. At the peak of a storyline, child, the storyline was at its peak, but they decided to kill off the main character. Now to watch Homecoming, oh man, it's such a job. Okay, the storyline is whack. So we do see that this week, Shobani will be offered a job by Ushwabi and the deputy, and this means that Shobani can go back to clinic. Remember that he was fired from managing the clinic. It means he can go back to clinic. However, they want to do illegal surgeons by taking human organs legally. And Ushobani did say that, Ushwabi did say that Ushobani is used to money. You know, when you are used to money and soft life, it's really hard to go back. So, yep, it does seem like Ushobani took the job. I can't believe that Ushobani is stealing human organs. Like, can you believe it? But Uzetu is like, listen, I'm going to get into the bottom of this. I will not allow Ushobani and his friends to continue and manipulate the system like this. It does look like Ozetu will be kidnapped also while trying to investigate. And I hope Zetu being kidnapped, it will bring back Shobane's conscience. But I feel like Shobane is just within too deep the shenanigans for him to get out. But yeah, guys, like I said, the storyline is super work, if you ask me. I'm not following and I am not loving it at all. But what can we say? Cheza Pictures decided that Usfiso is needed more on the four of us, where we hardly ever see him even then, you know. Oh, Mangwanyana, my babe, I fell for you. Here I was thinking there is a love connection between Mangwanyana and Captain. Little did I know that Captain is only after scamming Mangwanyana. Sana, I fell for Mangwanyana because she was scammed by Captain. Where exactly is she supposed to go to report this crime? Because now she is in the police station trying to report that Captain has scammed her all her inheritance from Vusi. But you know, the police obviously this is the captain of the police. Everyone thinks that he is an honorable man. He could never scammed a widow. Oh, poor Mankwanyana, you know, and I feel so naive as well because I was honestly thinking, oh, there is a love connection between Okapten and Mankwanyana. What love connection? What love connection? Like, I can't with Okapten being a whole scammer. I can't. Meanwhile, Captain is not the only one who is a scammer. Shobane on the other side is a scammer as well. Shobane and Shwabi, all these three men are just absolutely disgusting. Now, in the clinic, everyone relies on Shobani to come up with the resources because he was given the funds to come up with the resources. What does Shobani do? Shobani eats the money and provide the bare minimum, like the bare minimum. Firstly, they needed an aircon. Shobani comes up with only just one aircon. Secondly, they needed an ambulance. Shobani says, you know what, a motorbike will be the ambulance. And it's just, oh, Sana is going south and south and south. But I'm so glad that Metron have clocked Shobani. And Umetron is like, I am so disappointed on you, my son. Like, I trusted you so much, and what you are doing is a huge disappointment to me. I'm like, thanks God that Shobani has been clocked. Thanks God that Shobani has been clocked by his mom, Matron. It's Vusi's time on Homecoming. I am telling you, the boy is willing to spend the money. I was going to say Vusi is really acting a bit childish, but so is Mankwanyana. I don't trust Mankwanyana with that money at all. As soon as Mankwanyana and the captain started to get close and they started to talk about that, Mankwanyana needs to invest the money so that it can be doubled. I'm like, how am I? Nanti Ibanoi Liga Mankwanyana. This is Ibanoi at its best. and uMaNkonyana may fall for it. So nje, yes, uVusi behaves irresponsible, but sometimes you may feel like Vusi behaves his age. You know, how old is Vusi really? But uMaNkonyana, for her to be responsible with money, it's totally unacceptable. So it seems like uMaNkonyana will seek help from the station commander, and uVusi will be arrested. I don't trust the station commander as well. The way he is getting close to MaNkonyana, I'm like, MaNkonyana, watch out, okay? The only person that I feel sorry from this whole situation is definitely uNomalanga. Nomalanga is not after money, and Nomalanga is trusting of MaNkonyana. I don't think and feel like MaNkonyana will make a smartest decision with this money. I do feel, however, this money is about to divide them, make them fight over this money, and uMaNkonyana will not make a smart decision about the money, okay? I feel like the money is odliwa, is ovelindize neBhanoyi, because it does seems like uMaNkonyana ufuna ukuthatha imali yakhe eyoyifaka eBhanoyini. Kengekho oh, ayi MaNkonyana, ngiyakujaja mina ngeke. Vusi's aggressive behavior towards MaNkonyana is in shock, okay? I am so shocked and angry, in fact, because I feel like I know Vusi is angry, but his anger is definitely not justified, and he has been, trying to smoke. I don't know what exactly he's smoking, but I get that it's his also coping mechanism, because, he lost his brother, the breadwinner of the family. But the aggressive behavior towards MaNkonyana is absolutely uncalled for. And now he is demanding the police money. He has also influenced uNomalanga into thinking that MaNkonyana is definitely not a good stepmom towards them. Now that MaNkonyana is back because of the police money, which is a bit questionable towards MaNkonyana, especially because she also hid the fact that Zethu was included in the will, and she is not happy about Zethu being in the will. She's just like, Zethu, you took my husband from me when he was alive. Again, now when he is no more, you are still winning. MaNkonyana is a bit delusional, and I get why Vusi and Nomalanga would want her to be transparent when it comes to money. Definitely when it comes to money, you have to be transparent with the kids, guys. Like, we really have to be transparent with the kids. Now we have also Ubaba kaZethu, Mr. Hlongwane. Hi, Nkosami, uyiqola Mr. Hlongwane. He's out here scamming his wife, manipulating his wife, guilt-tripping his wife into, like, you're gonna work for me, I'm gonna spend all the money that you make. And now his wife doesn't want that. It's like, no, Baba made us save imali, like, she's being a good wife, whereby she's thinking of the future, what will happen in future, what should happen in future, and no, not uhlongwane uyifuna yonke imali, uthi nje ndiyidinga apha yonke ke kaloku sana lami. What a manipulative man, I can't. Sana uVusi is breaking bad on homecoming. He started by hanging out with the wrong crowd of boys, them smoking, came back home, demanded all the money from MaNkonyana. It seems like MaNkonyana is definitely going to be facing some serious hard times when it comes to uVusi. Vusi demands the inheritance money that he was left by uSifiso. And of course, uMaNkonyana cannot release such funds to a child, because it is MaNkonyana's responsibility as his guardian to take care of him. But it seems like Vusi is definitely getting out of control. He will even confront uShwabi in the tavern to say, Shwabi, how could you have let the police to release you? Now, to me, it does come across as if uVusi was definitely intoxicated when all this was happening. Why is Shwabi back at Okambeni? Because I was under the impression that Shwabi has left Okambeni for Gauteng, but Shwabi is back Okambeni and he is up to no good again, because him drinking and hanging out in tavern just after what happened to Usfiso is absolutely uncalled for. But we do see that Uvusi is definitely being driven by visions. So maybe, just maybe, Uvusi might harm Ushwabi. In which way, we do not know. We'll have to see this week, but I do feel like Vusi is definitely driven by visions. Waze wangiphoxa uShwabi by believing uqondo kuhle over uMangcobo. So uShwabi, as soon as he realizes that Mangcobo has been released from prison, he decided to chase uMangcobo out of the house. Of course, uMangcobo was like, listen, I ain't going anywhere. This is my house as well. Me and you are still married. But uShwabi was like, listen, Mfazi, if you do not want to see more of me, you better leave this house right now. And uMangcobo was like, you know. And really, Ushwabi did raise his hand. Luckily, he never did anything. But the thought of raising his hand over his wife is what confuses me. And I'm like, wow, I guess the leopard never changes his colors. And Umangcobo was therefore forced to go and sleep in his saloon. Now, Ushwabi luckily was told by his friend Uguti, no, that video was actually manipulated. That's not the whole video that you saw. And he gets to see the real video, even though it's really too late, and I don't know how Shwabi will fix his marriage. And at this point, I really don't want Umangcobo to go back and live with Ushwabi anymore. Like, a man who does not stand with you and defend with you, and he should have believed his wife in the first place. There is absolutely no excuse for him not believing his wife. And I don't know what he will say and what his intention, like what is he intending to say that will sound sane and sound towards Umangcobo over what he has done, you know. And I'm like, yeah, Shwabi, at this point, like, I am so mad at you. Like, I'm so mad at you. But it does seem like Shwabi tried to discipline Uqondo Kuhle. Uqondo Kuhle got a bit of a spanking. Uqondo Kuhle is just a rotten child at this point. You know, one of those children that you really cannot do anything for them. Uqondo Kuhle is one of those children. And I'm like, Yazin, this child needs to be let go. Like, he needs to go, you know. So hopefully Ushwabi will realize and see ukuthi no, Uqondo Kuhle really cannot live under the same roof with him and Umangcobo. And I really don't want Umangcobo to go back to Ushwabi. Shwabi is not a good man at all, okay? He really needs to stay with his spoiled child, Uqondo Kuhle. But yeah, I am deeply disappointed on Ushwabi. After Zethu refused to marry Ushobane, Shobane has been dealing with a heartbreak, and things has definitely been tough for Ushobane. And I would like to blame Metron for this. You all remember how protective Metron was over Ushobane. She did not want Shobane to date anyone. In a way, it's as if Metron did not want Ushobane to experience a heartbreak. So it definitely does feel like Ushobane is experiencing a heartbreak for the first time in his life when Uzethu refused to marry him or ran out of church. Now, I will not excuse Zethu's behavior. Absolutely disgusting, okay? The way she was moving around from one man to another, like, it was a very much disgusting behavior. I mean, she could have told Ushobane earlier on that, listen, Shobane, I will not and I cannot move forward and marry you, not after what just happened with Fiso. But she chose not to do that. If anything, she chose to go and humiliate Ushobane. in church. However, Ushobani definitely does behave like someone whom once protected from a heartbreak, okay? Because we know how Matron was giving all Shobani's girlfriends hard time, and you can tell that Shobani was being shielded, he was being shielded from experiencing a heartbreak. Now that he has officially experienced a heartbreak and it's so painful, now he is a drunkard. Like he is just decided to go to, you know what, I'm gonna drown myself, I'm gonna drown my sorrows in consuming a lot of alcohol. Now he did show up to work extremely drunk. Zethu annoyingly tries to help him, and I know that maybe in that moment Zethu meant well, but Zethu, baby girl, please, okay? All this could have been avoided. And I'm not saying that Zethu could have married Ushobani even if she doesn't want to. No, I'm saying they could have had a conversation, like adults, to say, listen, Ushobani, right now, I've just left my previous marriage, and my ex-husband just passed away. It's a lot to process with Sfiso's passing and everything. I will not be able to marry you. Save Ushobani humiliation. But Uzethu, the way she moves around, like her actions are absolutely unjustifiable and inexcusable. So yes, okay, I am mad at Uzethu, but I'm also mad at Umetron for shielding Ushobani so much from a heartbreak. You can just tell that this is Shobani's first time ever really truthfully experiencing a heartbreak, and is not taking it well. Sana, I am so done with Zethu. I'm done defending Zethu. Like, listen, I defended Zethu, and right now it's time for me to just be like, Zethu, I can't anymore, baby girl. Listen, Zethu had a chance. She had a chance to tell, or rather to cancel the marriage, or the wedding between her and Ushobani. But let me tell you, baby girl waited and dragged it till when they were in a church, in the altar. That's when she decided to say, no, she cannot move on and marry Ushobani because she is not yet over Usfiso. I'm like, okay, that's understandable, I was like, Zethu, you're moving too fast either way, I was concerned about you. But right now, I cannot even defend you. As much as I was so concerned about you, I cannot even defend you, because why? Like, you had all the time in the world to cancel the marriage between you and Ushobani. You had all the time in the world, but you still drag it along just so that you can humiliate Ushobani. Ushobani is not taking this easy, and understandably so, understandably so. Shobani is now a party animal, okay? He is a party animal. He pick up each and every girl that he sees in the tavern, and Matron has lost it, And Zethu, right after she did that, a baby girl showed up at work as if nothing happened, okay? She pulled herself up. She was like, I am going to work and no one gonna tell me otherwise. So she shows up at work like nothing happens. And when Umetron and Utando, they were having her, I was like, honestly, someone needs to eat this girl up. Like, someone needs to do it. And I did not even feel sorry for her when I felt like she was just kinda a bit insulted by Matron and Utando. Meanwhile, Nkosami Umangcobo akagowi ufufela komoyeng, akagowi uya departure. Because things are really happening. From Uqondokuhle lying about Umangcobo, to Umangcobo being arrested, to her being released, and her actually looking for the video of proof from Uqondisani, and to Ushwabi coming back home. And Ushwabi made it clear that blood is definitely thicker than water, because Ushwabi was like, Lalela, ngizodinga ukuthi ungihambele la kwami, because how dare you abuse my child. I'm like, how dare you, Shwabi? Like, how dare you? Like, how dare you? Really? That's just how you take uMangcobo right now? How dare you? Oh, Mangcobo Sanalam, Mangcobo Sanalami, not this boy called